6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Igen. Ezt már láttuk. Ezt már láttuk. Itt a Verdansk Warzone Mobile, láttátok? Láttátok?
Big things ahead. And now, before we kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again and enjoy the show.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
They have an army.
Ezzel játszunk holnap stream, gyertek. Első baki. Jó volt a fekete kép. Köszi kod. Hopp, HB. Wow.
You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
Kamera. Az SD-ben milyen jó lesz. Ez jó lesz, ez jó lesz. Joker. Igen. Na? Jó, szín jó. Jó. Jó lesz. Mutass valamit a mapból még. Mutasd a mapot. Third person mód. Warzone ott van. Jó a map, jók a színek. Jó, ez kell. Víz alatt. Húha. Jó. Jó. Jók a színek. Köszönöm szépen. És újra játszok? Fekete kép miatt? Ja, ez engem is kirázott a hideg amúgy. Most újra, mert a fekete kép miatt tuti. Lehet úszni! Az mi volt?
Enemies above! Field charge!
Látod, az előbb nem direkt volt. Nem direkt volt fekete képünk. Ezek a falon át meg a kamera, ezek nagyon jók. Ez SD-ben nagyon jót fog menni. Van slide? Hát slide van. Slide cancel nincs. De majd kiderül. Nem dumálok, bocsánat. Nagy a recoil a fegyvereken. Vagyis mozog, a visual recoil. Ez a izé lesz. Story módból, biztos. Hát ez zseni. De tetszik végre. Ki lehet mászni a kocsival így. Annyi dologból tanultak, hogy zseniális. Nem 𝗪𝗮𝗪 2, nem. A másikról szemben. Ez valami PUBG map.
I'm on my way.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just to kill trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, ballistics underwater. You only can use certain weapons underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater, otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier. Like the farther you are from something, you can't see it. And so it's been super fun for us to dig into water and really flex on what water could be in Call of Duty. And you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? And we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, as you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. But instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat, you can now peek. If you have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide that kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. And it basically sits there, and if a player gets close to it, it auto-deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag. And it faces the person that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear.
Lerakható kamerák SD-be, ezek olyat fognak menni, hogy zseniális.
It's got a new look, but it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's
players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool.
Welcome to 𝗪𝗪𝗮𝗧. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0. It is an interesting mix of geography, expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're going to find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves, subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest VR map that we've ever made. And I am so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that
Lehet
there's
látni a
infrastructure in
mappon.
between all the different what we call points.
Query, az öreg Query, gyerekek,
And if you're paying
vissza
attention, you might
Querybe!
even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team
Istenem,
works through
minden
these,
magyar
they're
újra
trying to find some
Querybe.
variety on each point of interest to make them something that the players will want to drop in and
Hozzá
get the
attól, ez föl lesz
particularity
a hegyen.
of that single point of interest and find the place that they
Ájdárbiri.
want
Na,
to
hogy
drop
néz ki a
and
City?
where they
Azt
want to
mutasd
play.
meg.
Whether it
Szevasztikken,
be a
köszi a
high
16-at.
elevation observatory at the center of the map,
Itt a
whether
City,
it be the
jó, de
big
nagy.
city that's up the top right, and
Komoly
whether
lesz.
they want to explore that or whether they want to work in some of our
Marshlands.
POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we
Airport.
have in this one,
Ó, de jó.
That looks familiar.
familiar.
Igen.
And then the
Terminálra
river system
kicsit
that goes through
hasonlított,
all of
nem?
this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. Here's one of
Hogy
our
örül
favorites,
mindenki.
Sour Village, which is
That's my
Village,
favorite.
nagyon jó, nagyon
I
jó,
mean, I
jó,
love
jó.
to swim, so you find me there.
absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop.
Vehicles are
Ja,
heavier,
handling.
some will
Remélem jól
slide more,
fognak
have
menni.
more traction or less traction.
Jó legyen a
And
handling.
as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off
Ez
the
a ki lehet
tires
mászni a
to
tetejére,
kind of impact
zseniális.
the handling. You can have them, they react to explosive differently based on their weight. So if you're in a heavy armored 4x4 and get hit by an RPG, it's going to kind of bounce a little bit, but not quite take the hit as
It's
a
hard to move away from it, so we kind of talked about what could we do to mix things up with the circle. So we've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4 circles. And then those circles kind of close down. And what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those circles. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've cleared out our circle. We think we're good.
Wow.
And those circles merge. They come back together, and you know you have this very directed fight of like as the circle's moving, you're like gearing up in buildings. You're like, here we go. It's about to kick off. And as soon as those circles hit, you have that final fight. So it's another kind of like twist in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool world event that would happen. Like, oh, the circle's splitting.
Arra jó lesz, hogy...
Crazy. Get in the car!
Gondold el, hogy mondjuk 3 különböző kör van, trióba vagytok, és minden másik társad másik körbe van. Gondold el azt a szitut. Mindenkinek. November 16. November 16.
Mark your calendars, that's about 2 weeks.
Snipers are going to have a lot of fun here. We played hardpoint on this map. We played prisoner rescue. Courage and I clutched up big time last night in like a 2v5. I had the prisoner on my back. I was sprinting. And I can hear Jack picking up 3-4 kills. Let's go, baby!
Ez van a magyar fegyver. Valaki azt írta előbb, hogy valakivel egy magyar csipa van.
Yeah. It was great. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool, you know, the opening breaks and stuff. Like
he's on a 15 streak, by the way.
Excuse me. Yeah, he was frying.
He's literally annihilating the lobby. Yeah, let's stick with him. He's on 15 in a row. Another cruise coming in. Bang!
Magyar sniper van benne.
Elfina. Oh, he gets 2 again. Just ripping him.
It's the same 2 people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh, it's a replay.
Oh, is it? I was about to say. He was on 15 in a row. I thought he got another one. I thought he wrapped his streaks.
It's all good.
Magyar csipa, aha, ez van a magyar
I basically
fegyver.
pulled a symphony, dude, when he was casting the pregame lobby.
Oh, and it was
I thought he earned another one.
Glorious.
Well, last thing I saw was 15 streak. I was fired up for my guy.
So he put a. Oh, so it's M4. His just sounds.
Reméljük lesz meta a magyar
It
fegyver.
might be a stream, but either way,
it's a stream.
That boy is ripping metal. So, again, it's kind of cool to see there on the bottom side of the screen for a moment there how the perk system
Orosz
works.
csipa, de magyar tervezésű.
Second tier of perks, which I think was spotted.
Na.
19 kills. Let's go, Breadman.
Magyar nem magyar csipa, orosz csipa, de magyar tervezésű.
He is annihilating everyone.
20.
20-as killstreak-en van a Breadman.
Literally farming.
Somebody kill Breadman.
Wait, do you guys see the movement though that I was talking about? Like how when you're moving, like your whole body, like it's different than other Call of Duty games. It's very hard to put into words, but once you get your hands on this game, like you can tell everything moves with you. Like usually the gun's fairly stationary, but like everything is moving with you at all times.
And you can see it, so that's
you can see
for more of the hardcore players.
Ki fog fogyni ammóval.
Your hips and your head.
Yeah, like everything's going.
So it's a little bit different. When you play the 3P mode, you can get a better understanding of like how that looks, and you'll see that a little bit later today.
Just like the physics of the character.
The physics of the character has been reimagined, so it's different.
Yeah,
throwing those shoulders.
You got to be a little careful. I mean, everyone's like Shakira out there throwing the hips around. You got to be very. I mean, it's the animation.
I've been compared to Shakira,
I don't doubt that.
Köszi, hogy ennyien voltunk. Nagyon-nagyon köszi tényleg. Új nézői rekord. Zseniális. Jó lesz szerintem. Aztán majd kiderül. Holnap játszunk. Köszi, itt voltatok, köszi, hogy ennyien itt voltatok, köszi minden követést, várok vissza mindenkit holnap, meg minden streamre igazából várok vissza mindenkit. Köszi tényleg mindent, remélem tetszett, hogy így együtt néztük, máskor is lesz ilyen szerintem. Köszi tényleg, nagyon-nagyon köszi. Jók legyetek. Sziasztok, jó pét mindenkinek, sziasztok.